Alright guys, we have 9 minutes to game time. In 9 minutes we're going to start this workout. Let's just do a little mic test. If you're joining us for the first time today, let's make sure that we have our stationary trainer set up. Stationary trainer is better than rollers. Rollers are gonna not provide as much resistance, ideally. So let's get our stationary trainers set up and ready. We want it in dumb trainer mode so we can shift our gears around a little bit. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Most days we want our trainer set up in dumb mode. So that you can just shift your gears and change the level of effort. Today, if you want to have your trainer in smart mode, that's fine. So that instead of just shifting around to change your effort, you can use your remote to change the erg mode up or down, whatever you want. We're going to do a little bit of endurance riding, which will take about 6 to 8 minutes, and then we're going to do a time trial on the track. We're going to do some endurance riding, and then we do another time trial on the track, and we're going to do that 4 times. 4 times each.
I don't need no one to say you're complicated, 'cause I knew from the start this might be overrated. It's so typical, you wanna give it one more try, even though if your mind is telling you it's all a lie. That you miss me, Oh, I gotta wake up. This might be a breakup. 'Cause I don't believe you when you say that you miss me. 'Cause where are your actions to prove me you're different? When I say you need you and you head the direction that's leading away from me, baby. I don't believe you know.
All right, how's everyone feeling? We have about 4 minutes to game time. We're gonna get rolling in 4 minutes. The warm-up starts in 4 minutes. All right, guys, apparently I don't know how to use technology. We have a little bit more time before that warm-up. I'm sorry. I actually just reset it, and we're back to a 9-minute lead-in. And I can't fast forward because my ability to use technology is apparently obsolete. So we have 9 minutes to game time. If you are already raring to go, use this opportunity maybe to get a little caffeine, maybe check your Facebook, ask me a question about racing, riding, training, put it in the comments. We have 9 minutes, so oops. I'm so sorry. All right, guys, 9 minutes to game time. I can't guarantee, but I'm going to try my best to have no more technical errors today. Yeah, Greg, exactly. More warm-up is better. There are some days, I had a training ride the other day where the whole week was really, really hard. I was really struggling, specifically with over-unders. That really destroys me. I don't know if it's mentally or physically. It's much easier for me to just do an effort above threshold or to do something sustained under threshold. But going above, below for 12 minutes, that just kills me. So I was struggling through these workouts all week. I finished the week off with the over-unders. And then I got to the weekend and I went out for a ride and my legs just felt really light. I was like, what is going on? Why are my legs so light? I looked down and I was doing enormous power numbers and it felt super easy. And I thought, it must be the power meter. Let me recalibrate the power meter. It was fine. I just happened to be cruising along at crazy numbers. So sometimes when you expect to be the most tired, you feel the most fresh. And sometimes when you expect to feel the most fresh, you really need more warm-up. So I don't even worry about how I feel for the workout. I don't always listen to how I feel. I just look at the numbers because sometimes I feel terrible and I do well. Sometimes I feel well and I do terrible. So long story long, warm-ups are good. And that day when I felt great, I did not have a structured warm-up. I just rode for about 20 minutes. I was getting out to do some intervals, just did a 20-minute warm-up, which has some little efforts to it because there are some hills to get over, so kind of naturally warmed up. Boom. 25-minute warm-up, and all of a sudden I was doing like VO2 max powers, and it felt like a 5 out of 10. All right, so 6 minutes left. Keep that warm-up going. Or don't keep that warm-up going. Get ready for the warm-up, 6 minutes. We had some technical issues last week. Big surprise, technical issues. Last week, what happened last week? Last week I started the stream on the wrong link. And then the sound wasn't working. And then my computer froze. So this week, I just reset our little thing, so we have to do a little bit longer before we can get started with the ride. But we're gonna do the ride we were supposed to do last week, which is we do a warm up, and then we're gonna ride a cyclocross race from Spain. So we're gonna do that cyclocross race for about 8 minutes. Those 8 minutes are warm-up. That's a lie. Those 8 minutes are endurance. So we're gonna do some endurance efforts that can get a little bit breathless and a little bit sweaty, but mostly endurance, under threshold stuff. Then we're gonna do a time trial, and that time trial is gonna cut to some racing on the track up in Forest City Velodrome, which is in Canada. So we're gonna cut to some of that racing. It's a 166. Is that the size? It's a smaller than a 250 track. Smaller than 200, I believe. It could be 166, maybe 200. It's a small track. So it's pretty steep. I'm pretty sure it's a 166. Maybe one of the steeper tracks in the world before Detroit came out, which I think is also 166. Anyway, we're going to cut to some racing in Forest City Velodrome. Some scratches, some eliminations, a little bit of a mix. But while that's going on, we're going to do some time trials on the track. I was struggling to find some footage of onboard cameras during a team pursuit or a team sprint. Mostly because when you're doing team pursuit and team sprint, aerodynamics are everything. Aerodynamics are always everything, but specifically when you're going for a track time trial. So there's not a lot of people riding around with cameras hanging off the front of their bikes, increasing their CDA. So I couldn't find any time trial footage for us to time trial to. So instead, we're going to do our time trials while there's racing going on. It gave me a good idea though, because I have some aero testing equipment that we're going to be using at the track, and I have some cameras, so I think we might do a couple, maybe we do some warm-up laps where we film some TT footage. It might be nice to race along and do some TT efforts on our live racing. So we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, that's enough of me trying to fill time since I restarted and gave you 10 extra minutes of lead-in. 3 minutes to go. Grab your caffeine, grab whatever you need, water, towels. Get ready to rock.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here. So come home, why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold. You got me stone cold. You got me stone cold. You got me stone cold. Got me stone cold.
That's an idea, something I should look into. Good suggestion. I should look into how I can fast forward and pause and rewind the media that's coming into this stream. Because when I'm streaming, I can't touch, there's no scroll bar, I can't touch it. I've made the video beforehand and it just plays. And if I stop it, it restarts from the beginning. That was part of the issue last week, is that it crashed and I couldn't start it over because we would have to start from the very beginning again. So 20 minutes. We'd have to redo 20 minutes. So if anyone is a tech wizard, if anyone knows how to use the OBX streaming platform, let me know. Give me some tips. I'll Google around a little bit. We'll find something. All right. Yes. So far, so good. We have 30 seconds to game time. Fun warm-up. I always love a good off-road course. It just helps. It just mixes it up. I like riding it. I even take my road bike. I have 28s on the road bike. I take it into some little dirt sections just because it's fun to, no pun intended, get off the beaten path. All right. Okay, guys, we have 3 minutes easy. 3 minutes nice and easy. Let's call easy anything that's above a 4 out of 10 and below a 6 out of 10. So 4 to 6 out of 10 effort. I left the bike sounds in the background, so you might hear some of that bike sounds. I don't know what I was going to say there. You know, some of the freewheel spinning or the pedaling over the ground. You'll hear a little bit of that. I like it. It makes me feel a little bit more like I'm actually riding the bike. So 3 minutes easy, 4 to 6 out of 10. Any RPM you want. All right. We have 3 levels of effort. We're going to go easy, tempo, and then we're gonna go spicy. Easy, tempo, spicy. Those are our 3 efforts, 3 minutes each, 9 minutes total.
Not that we were cruel enough to do it. Now I feel so stupid. Don't you feel that too? The feeling lingers on every day of every month. Wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh baby.
Oh, while we're going easy, before I forget, I'm always uploading little sports and conditioning, strength and conditioning videos. I just put up one on shoulder extension. I think it's called Shoulder Extension Pails and Rails plus Liftoffs. A pretty dry, clinical sounding name. Take a look at that if you do any overhead pressing, overhead squats, or you realize that you're just internally rotated and locked in like this on the bike all the time and you want to work on a little bit of shoulder extension. That's a great video. It's a 6-minute video, but it'll take you through the procedure on how to do, a little bit of shoulder extension work. And we've got some more stuff coming. I have an isometric seminar coming up that is guaranteed to raise your peak power. It's proven to raise the peak power on the bike. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do 3 minutes tempo. Tempo for us today is going to feel anywhere from a 6 to a 7.5 out of 10. You're breathing deeply, a little bit of burning, but it's sustainable. Burning but sustainable. 3 minutes. Yeah, some really exciting stuff from the tempo seminar coming up. It definitely will raise your peak sprint power, but there are a couple different applications on how we can do some other adaptations with the isometrics. So if you want to tune into that, it's a great addition to your training program. And if you don't have a training program at all for your strength and conditioning and you're just winging it, you can always reach out to me and see what I would suggest and, talk to me about possibly putting together a program for you. All right. This should feel like tempo. We're breathing deeply, a little bit burning, but sustainable. And we're gonna take this for another minute until we hit our spicy section. Part of me really wanted to buy a cross bike. I've had every bike, but I sold it. I got rid of it before we moved across country to California. So part of me really wants to buy another cross bike. However, I just learned the road bike I have, there is a European cyclocross professional who rides that road bike as his preferred cross bike. So I guess I have no excuse. Just put some big knobby tires on it and go for it. That's one of the benefits of those disc brakes, is you have so much clearance to run some big ass tires. I have 28s on and there's just inches on each side. Alright guys, it's still burning. We're still feeling that tempo. We're gonna go up for 3 minutes spicy. This is relative. This is based on how you feel. Try not to look at the power meter too much. Make it feel spicy, whatever that feels like. And that effort could develop. Maybe as you go on, you can handle more and more. Or maybe the opposite. Maybe as you go on, you start burning out and you have to lower that intensity. But 3 minutes, spicy. Here we go. This is right around where we stalled out last time, or crashed, where it froze and crashed last time. So looks like we have some good omens so far. So far, so good. Alright guys, as we finish up this spicy section, really try and pedal nice and smoothly. Sometimes I notice when I'm going hard, you start really pushing and kind of galloping on that bike, and it's getting a little bit choppy. Tighten up your core and see if you can relax a little bit so that your legs are still doing the work, but there's no extra work. You're not lifting yourself out of the saddle. You're not galloping around. Smooth it out. Almost like you're trying to climb on a mixed surface road. So there's a little bit of gravel, a little bit of dirt. If you're too aggressive or too choppy, you'll spin that back wheel. So be nice and smooth all the way to the end. This is a good reminder for all intervals, but specifically the longer sustained intervals. Let's say intervals of 5, 8, 15 minutes, where you're getting really fatigued by the end and you start to notice that your form has broken down. Really smooth it out towards the end. 30 seconds left. Spicy for another 30. All right, guys, you get 1 minute rest. 1 minute rest. We're coming back with a sprint. Your first sprint is going to be standing up very hard. It's going to coincide with the whole shot in cyclocross. The whole shot is when everyone's up at the front of the race for the call up, and they blow the whistle or shoot the gun, and everyone clips in and sprints. And that's because with mountain biking and cyclocross and crit racing, the courses are really narrow, but cyclocross has these very narrow, banner lanes. So it's really hard to pass. It's very technical and it's hard to pass, so everyone wants to be up at the front. So we're gonna really sprint off the line for that whole shot. So get ready for a standing up, out of the saddle, aggressive but under control sprint in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything you got. 10 seconds. Sprint, 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 sprint. Let's go. Sprint. All out. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. All right. You get 1 minute of rest. Obviously, these races are still sprinting. Usually the sprint goes until the main technical part of the course starts up, because that's where you start selecting, where you start getting stuck because you're trying to get around the tight turns with these barriers, and you just can't pass the people in front of you. So that's usually where maybe it'll ease off just a little bit. But for now, they are just gunning it all the way, trying to make it into that top 5 to 10. Here we go. This is that selecting feature. That's where it starts blowing apart. Okay. Sprint number 2. You're going to do this one seated. Seated, but all out. You can use your arms, but you're trying to use them the least amount possible. Tighten up that core and try and have all the work be from the belly button down. In 5, 4. All out sprint in 2, 1. Here we go. Sprint, 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 sprint. Come on. All out. Go, 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 go. 4, 3, 2, 1. You get 2 minutes to catch your breath. We are done with the warm-up. We are activated. We're turned on. We're ready for battle. All right, so we have 8 minutes of endurance riding. Once we get started, 8 minutes of endurance riding. We're going to do RPM-specific pedaling. So we're going to pedal 85 RPMs for 2 minutes, 90 RPMs for 2 minutes, 95 RPMs for 2 minutes, so 85, 90, 95, that's 6 minutes, and then we come back down to 85 just to make it a little bit easier, take a little bit of a breath. 8 minutes total. Then we go into a track time trial. That's when you want to look at your distance. If you have a lap button on your Garmin, that would be great, so you can hit the lap button at the beginning. We're going to do a 3-minute time trial on the bike, on the track. How far can you go? 20 miles an hour is 1 mile in 3 minutes. Even if you're on Zwift, it's semi-realistic, but it's also not. The distances that you travel or the speeds that you go are not necessarily going to be realistic. If you're on a turbo trainer, it might say you're going 40 miles an hour even though you're not. It's okay. It doesn't have to be realistic to the real world and how far you go. It just needs to be consistent between our time trials. We're going to do a 3-minute time trial, a 2.5-minute time trial, a 2-minute time trial, and a 90-second time trial. And we're going to add up all of our times and see who can get the furthest distance. Or, yes, it's a competition, but really, we're going to see how far you can go. Add up all of your distances, how far can you go. We will do this ride again in about 6 to 8 weeks, and we're going to see if we can go a little bit further than last time. All right. We should be getting ready to jump into our endurance set. We have about 45 seconds left. Oh, we have 0 seconds left. Here we go. 85 RPMs. Pedal to the beat. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. 85 RPMs. We want this to feel moderate. Not too easy, not too hard. Oh, there's a bike drop. Not too easy, not too hard. Right, left, right. Good. Not too easy, not too hard. This is a little bit of a departure because we spend a lot of time, I've spent a lot of time hammering in that we're doing the whole race at tempo. A lot of these other races over the past 6 months, we've been doing tempo. We're starting a little bit easier. Moderate. Moderate's probably like a 6 out of 10. Not that bad. And then we're going to, if you're shifting around with gears, we're just going to leave the gears where they are as we speed up. So you're going to go from 85 to 90 to 95. That's the easiest way to do this ride today. If you're using an app on your phone to control the wattage, we're going to have to increase our watts each level. You know, maybe I would go up 25 watts each level, 25 to 40 watts. Alright guys, you have 13 seconds left, and then we're going to speed up to 90 RPMs. So get ready for 90 RPMs, same gear on the bike, just 90 RPMs. Here we go. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. You can take a look at your cadence sensor, or you can just listen to the beat. I don't always get it right, but I should have matched the beat of the music up to the RPMs you're looking for. Sometimes I do that and the music's too low and nobody can hear it. You know, as I said, I'm a technical genius, so hopefully this works out today. Right, left, right, left, right. 90 RPMs, pedaling to the beat. If you use the same gear as you had before, this should feel just a little bit harder. So instead of feeling moderate, now it feels just a little bit aggressive. Maybe a little bit tempo. You're here for 2 minutes. Just like the warm-up, it ramps up. So we're going to be here for 2 minutes, and then we're going to do 95 RPMs for 2 minutes. So it's going to get even harder for 2 minutes. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And like I said, if you're using your trainer in erg mode, maybe I would add 25 watts. Let's just say we started at 25 to 40 watts. So let's say we started at 200 watts, maybe I would go up to 230, and then your third level would be 260, and you come back down to 200, something like that. I'm just throwing out numbers. If that's way under what you would normally do, don't think you have to go that low. And if that's way over what you would normally do, don't think that I'm saying your power is too low. I just picked some random numbers. Alright guys, we have 2 minutes coming up at 95 RPMs. If you're on turbo trainer style trainer, just pedal faster. Otherwise, we're going to shift those watts up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and here we go, 95 RPMs. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Go, 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 go.
So full of self-confidence, and everything you said made a lot of sense. I thought I was too cold to ever love
95.
again.
Go, 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 go. Alright, so this is the hardest one yet. It's the fastest, and if we left the gear the same, it's 10 RPMs faster, so it should feel 10 RPMs harder. 10 RPMs is quite a big jump, I found personally. When you're already going moderate or tempo, it can really add a bunch. Here we go. This is that feature that's blowing that field apart every lap. Alright, 1 more minute here, then we bring it back down to where we came from at 85 RPM, so it goes back to moderate. Go, 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 go. Keep it up.
I hear your laughter from within. You can light up any room without going in.
30 seconds left.
Funny how just a few letters in a row can turn into a smile, and now you can't let go. Oh, oh, we see the distance grow. I just need to know.
Keep it up. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Come on, all the way.
I'm closer to you there, I guess. Living
leave the gears where they are, come back down to 85 RPMs. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. All right. And of course, if you have your trainer on erg mode, however much you increased since we started, you're going to bring it back down to where you came from. 2 minutes here. We're trying not to do a complete recovery. We're not trying to do a complete rest. Keep it that endurance pace because we don't want to be too rested for these time trials. We want to go into these time trials fatigued. That's the goal. It's a whole different workout if we rest and we do 3 minutes hard. That's a whole nother workout. Today we're trying to do an endurance load, an endurance fatigue. So a little bit of fatigue in those muscles. The aerobic system is primed and firing, and then we go into 3 minutes of TT. Very similar to a race, a 3-minute breakaway, a 3-minute bridge. Then you have to get right back to an endurance pace, and then a 2.5-minute breakaway. And very similar to racing. So that's why we want to make sure we're not resting here, but rather it feels moderate. So keep that moderate pace going. And if you have a lap button for your distance, get ready to click the lap button. You'll see the counter in the top right corner. If you don't have a lap button, you can see your distance somewhere nearby. Take a mental note of where you started so that you can look at it again and figure out where you wind up. So you're going to want to look at that distance in about 15 seconds. All right. You're going to want to take a look at that distance in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit that lap button. Look at the distance. Here we go. 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes on the clock. I would suggest not starting at a 10 out of 10. Maybe it feels like an 8 out of 10 and we ramp it up gradually. How far can you go in the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds? Start ramping it up. Like an airplane taking off. We want to start fast, but we want to finish faster. Let's do that rather than dipping down by the end. 1 minute down, 2 minutes to go. How far have you gone in 1 minute? How much farther can you go in 2 minutes? Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is a steep, short velodrome, guys. You can see yourselves really just turning on the side like you're riding the wall there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Under 2 minutes. Light this on fire, guys. Come on. $90 seconds left. Let's go. How can we add 1% to what we're doing right now? Can you add 1 RPM? Can you add 1 watt? Oh, let's do more than 1. Can you add 3 RPMs? Can you add 10, 20 watts? Can you add 2 beats per minute to your heart rate? What can we do to add a little bit more in the final minute? It's okay to finish this wasted. Don't worry about the endurance set afterwards. Finish this with everything you got. How far can you go? 45 seconds left. Come on. Go, 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 go. Push, 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 push. All right, guys, everything you've got in 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, all the way. Come on. And all right, That's it. That's all we got. Let's bring it back. You can catch your breath. Try and make 85 RPMs happen, but you can pedal nice and easy. So I would suggest 85 RPMs, but nice and easy for a couple seconds. Catch your breath. We're going to try and dial it in so that it feels moderate, like our starting pace should be, in about 30 seconds. So that you get about a minute to catch your breath at 85 RPMs, and then you'll use the second half of that 2-minute effort, the second minute, to get up to a moderate pace. So catch your breath, recover, think about that distance. Did you hit the lap button so that you know how far you went? Did you look at the distance during that time trial? How far did you go on the first TT? Write it down or memorize it. Write it in the comments so you don't forget it. Whatever it is. Remember that time. You're going to add up that time with your 2.5, your 2, and your 90-second effort. All right. We're into that second minute of your first little stage. So let's make sure that this 85 RPMs feels moderate. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. 45 seconds left. Moderate, 85 RPMs. $20 seconds left, and then we're going to leave the gear where it is, and we're going to speed up to 90 RPMs, which will make it 5 RPMs faster and 5 RPMs harder. And there we go, 90 RPMs coming up. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. You're at 90 RPMs. It's a little bit faster. It should feel 5 RPMs harder. If you're on a turbo style trainer, you just pedal faster. Same gear faster. If you're on an erg trainer, add 20, 30, 40 watts. It really depends on how big your FTP is, how big your engine is. The higher your FTP, the bigger of a jump you would do in between these efforts in terms of wattage. All right. One more minute here before we speed up to 95 RPMs. Keep it up, guys. All right. $30 more seconds, guys, and then we speed up. Here we go. Let's ramp it up to 95 RPMs. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Listen to the beat or look at your RPM sensor. Struggling over that feature every lap. Guys, that's what Course Recon is for. If you know what feature people are going to get hung up on, you want to make sure that you can smash that feature and not get stuck behind people. All right. 90 more seconds here, 95 RPM, same gear. This should probably feel like a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. Not too hard, but a good strong, maybe almost threshold feeling effort. One more minute here before we bring it back down to 85 RPMs. All right, and that's how you know this is a UCI cyclocross pro race, because there's actual spectators that aren't just racers from a different category waiting for the race to happen. All right, we are gonna bring it back down to 85 RPMs in 3, 2, 1, back down to 85. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. A little bit slower, or 10 RPM slower, a little bit easier. If you're on a turbo style trainer or you're riding your trainer turbo style, just slow down to 85. Otherwise, you might want to drop, or you're going to need to drop your wattage back to where you came from, nice and moderate. 90 seconds here, we go back into track TT. This time it'll be 2.5 minutes instead of 3 minutes. One more minute here, guys. During this minute, our heart rate should be coming down. We're getting a handle on ourselves again. We're kind of getting a little bit more under control. Heart rate's under control. Legs are feeling a little more refreshed. Should not feel harder than a 6 out of 10 right now. Hopefully. Nice and moderate. We're coming into a 2.5 minute TT. So again, think about how best to do your distance. Are you going to hit the lap button? Are you just going to take a look at the distance and do the math at the end? Your choice. But we're looking for the distances of all of our TTs combined, not the endurance stuff. The endurance stuff is not part of the distance we're looking to record. All right. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, hit your lap button or look at your distance. We're off 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. There we go. Good. Hugging that pole lane. I believe we're in the middle of an elimination race right now, so last person at the end of the race gets kicked off each time. There is a cost to being at the front of the race, right? You're breaking the win for everyone. You're using your CDA, and everyone else can draft off of it. The benefit, though, in an elimination race is you can hold a nice steady pace out front rather than doing that devil scratch style sprint and relax at the back of the race. So there is a trade-off. A nice smooth effort or that metabolically taxing, sprint and relax game at the back. 90 more seconds, guys. We should be ramping up. Really hit some good full speeds here. At least an 8.5 or 9 out of 10 right now. 90 seconds left. 80 seconds left. Come on. Can't quite see from the camera, but looking just a touch boxed in here. Slowly getting cycled to the back. There we go. Always be looking for that exit door, especially on an elimination. You're always keeping your eye on not being last. And how do we do that? We find the exit door to the side. You need to be able to get out the side of the race. You don't always want to go all the way to the back and get up to the front. You want to be able to come out the side and get to the front so that you're only ever drifting back about halfway through this race, halfway through the peloton. $30 more seconds, guys. Let's really be ramping this up. Ramp it up hard. Come on. Push, 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 push. Uh-oh. Someone's dying. We don't need to do any extra work. We don't want to do any extra work that we don't need to do. So doing an attack like that in an elimination really doesn't serve anything. It's not a scratch race. Don't do an attack like that till the end. 3, 2, 1, and hit your lap button. Look at your distance. How far did you go in 2.5 minutes? We have 85 RPMs. Take about 45 seconds to recover while you're pedaling 85 RPMs. And then we're going to pick back up our 8-minute cycle where we work up a little bit harder and we bring it back down. Keep it up, guys. Right, left, right, left, right, left.
With you by my side, I'm not worried. I think we'll be able to find ourselves again. Blank expressions, empty words. Nothing can keep me away from you. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger.
For all of you guys that were on Facebook and saying that the video wasn't available, I just set it to public. For some reason it was on friends only, so a lot of you guys were able to ride it because you are friends with me. But for those of you that were trying to tune in and couldn't see the video, I just switched it back to public. Sorry about that. The good news is once we're done, it'll record itself so you can also re-ride it if you were hanging on wanting to ride. Cool. All right, guys, let's take that same gear on the bike. It should have been moderate, and we're going to kick it up to 90 RPMs. This should now feel like tempo, 7 out of 10. Breathing pretty deeply, feeling maybe a little bit of burn, maybe almost burning. For all the Facebook riders, however, I would suggest the YouTube Live platform. YouTube Live platform it just seems to be better than watching it restreamed on Facebook. So I would go for the YouTube Live personally. There's a chat feature. That's the one that I'm going to be on if you guys are asking me questions. I get texts, I get Facebook messages, I get YouTube Live ones. I really only try and check the YouTube Live comment section just because it's too much. So try and use that platform if you're looking for reliability. And there's no friends versus everyone feature. You can always tune into the link and get that. All right. 1 minute left. 90 RPMs make it feel like tempo. More seconds, then we're gonna pick up our RPMs to 95. Get ready for a 95 RPM bump. Here we go, our favorite feature of the course, this kind of uphill hairpin right turn. There we go. That was a nice clean time through that. A lot of times it's not your ability to do the feature, it's the people in front of you's ability to do that feature, and you get stuck behind them. So that's why that whole shot's so important. Here we go, 95 RPMs. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Same gear, 95 RPMs. This should feel like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. A little bit spicy. Breathing deeply. Maybe it's around threshold, maybe a little bit less. Definitely not more.
But every single word
Little bit of burn in those legs. 90 seconds left. Little bit of burn. We're really not looking to smash our legs.
I'm living in your messages.
For the most part, there is a big benefit to being able to ride the features versus having to dismount. Some features are faster if you dismount, but most of them are faster if you can ride it. And a little bit more energy conservative. Most of the time. Under a minute left here, guys. 95 RPMs.
I hear your laughter from within. You can light up any room without going in. Funny how just a few letters in a row can turn into a smile, and now you can let
20 seconds left.
we see the distance grow. I just need to know, do you even feel the same?
Alright guys, get ready to slow it back down to 85 RPMs, leaving the gears where they are. We're going to slow it back down in 4, 3, 2, and slow it back down. 85 RPMs. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Alright. Trying to regain your heart rate, cool your legs off a little bit, or bring the effort in the legs down a little bit. Taking some deep breaths. 90 seconds, we're going to do track time trial number 3. Track time trial number 3 is 2 minutes long. This is time trial number 3 out of 4. It's going to be 2 minutes long. We've done a 3 minute. We've done a 2.5 minute. We're coming up on a 2 minute. 2 minute time trial. You don't have to do the math now, but we're going to add up the distance you got on your 3 minute, your 2.5 minute. We're going to add up the distance we're going to get on our next 2 minute and our final 90 seconds. So you'll get one distance for all of them. I'm not really worried about how far, I'm not concerned on how far you went in 3 minutes, just isolated by itself, because the idea behind this time trial is how hard can you go spread out over time. So if you went really hard on the first 3 minute one, you might pay for it on your final 90-second one. So this is really just trying to judge how many efforts do we have, what kind of output can we do 4 different times. So one score to rule them all. You know, maybe we're looking at 4 miles. I don't know. I just made that up. This is the first time we're doing it, so we'll see what the distances look like. You're gonna have to tell me how far you guys went. And here we go, guys. Click your lap button, take a look at the distance, whatever you got, because we have 2 minutes. Here we go. All right. This is a little bit rewound where we saw that breakaway start to fade a little bit. Kind of a unusual place to break away, but, you know, there is a specific skill to riding an elimination race. It's not always the same intuitive racing tactics that you would have in a scratch race. You know, there are some different factors at play. Protecting yourself from getting boxed in. It's really bad. It's really terrible to get boxed in an elimination race, because you can see that finish line approaching and you can't get out to sprint for it. So positioning is super important in this race. Positioning before the finish line. Whereas in a scratch race, you know, positioning is more important towards the end. All right, 1 minute left, guys. We should be ramping up. If you're not already at an 8 out of 10, we're going too easy. 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5. You have 45 seconds to go. Smashing these pedals like you're hoping to break the springs off of them. 35 seconds left. Come on. $20 to go. All the way, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, losing those wheels, and we're done. All right, so take a look at that distance, add that to the pile. You now have 3 different distances that we add up. We're gonna do our 8 minutes of endurance, and then we have one last time trial, and we're done. So try and recover at 85 RPMs. In about 40 seconds, let's increase the level of effort so that it feels moderate again. All right, we're approaching that 1 minute mark, so you can start increasing your gear again. Let's make that 85 feel nice and moderate. Not too easy, not too hard. Maybe a 5.5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, something like that. These time trials have been getting shorter and shorter, partly to adjust for your fatigue, but also so that you can push a little bit harder towards the end rather than slowing down. So this last 90-second effort should be pretty much all out from the beginning. 90 seconds, all out. Let's see how far we can go. All right. 85 RPMs feels moderate. We're about to spin up a little bit higher at 90 RPMs. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go 90 RPMs. Here we go. Go, 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 go. 90 RPMs, trying to stay relaxed and just spin a little bit faster with those legs. Nice smooth pedals. Good. 90 seconds to go. This should probably feel like a 7 out of 10, a little bit tempo-y. Not too hard, not too easy. If any part of you thinks, oh, this is easy, chances are we're going a little bit too easy. One more minute right here before we bump up to 95 RPMs. Let me know in the comments here on Facebook, wherever, but you know, I would prefer the Facebook, the YouTube live, because that's where I'm going to see it the most. Let me know, does anyone here race cyclocross? Does anyone here not race it because they're afraid but they want to? Let me know. Let's just see who does cyclocross here. Let me see in the comments. All right. "26 seconds, and then we bump it up. Get ready to bump it up. Four, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's bump it up. 95 RPMs. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Let's go. Go, 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 go. There we go. Blasting through the sand pit. That is a feature that I was not very good at, but I've gotten pretty good at sand riding. having lived in California now for a couple of years. You never know when the beach path will be completely covered in sand. You just got to slide your way through it. All right, guys, one more minute. We're at 95 RPMs. This should feel a little bit spicy. Maybe we're looking at like an 8 out of 10 or so. Maybe an 8 out of 10, maybe a little bit less. One more minute. Good work, guys. All right, 45 seconds, then we bring it back down to 85 RPM. Same gear, bring it back down to 85 so that it feels nice and moderate. We're gonna do that in 30 seconds. Starting in 20. So hang on for another 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, and here we go. Slow it down to 85 RPMs. Same gear on the bike, so it goes back to feeling like a 5.5 or a 6 out of 10. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Good. We have 90 seconds left. It should feel moderate, but we're not full on resting. Nice and moderate. We're coming into our final track time trial. Final 90 seconds. Everything you got. That's going to be the end of the race. So get ready for that. Just like the last 3 times, we want to figure out how we want to set up for how we're going to time this. Are you going to click the lap button, or are you just going to look at the distance? This will be your last chance to put some miles on the board. I say miles, plural. It's going to be hard to go a mile in 90 seconds. I think you'd have to be going 40 miles an hour for the whole 90 seconds. But let's put some distance up on this board and see how far we can go. Somebody double check me on that math. I could be wrong, but I think 40 miles an hour in 90 seconds is a mile. All right. 20 seconds left. I'm going to let you guys get started a little bit earlier so that you're already at speed by the time you start timing. That way you're not losing time for that acceleration. So you can get started now, but we're still going to click our stage timer, or we're going to look at our distance in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're off 90 seconds. Already at speed, like a flying entry. Good. All the way through. You have 1 minute left. We should already be at what feels like a 10 out of 10. Just hanging on. Not losing speed, not losing effort, hanging on. No slowing down, only speeding up or holding on. 45. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All the way. Get right on that wheel. 30 seconds to go. 2 laps to go. With 2 laps to go, you find yourself in the front. Sometimes this is a hard position to win from. Leading out the whole last 2 laps. Luckily, this is a very short track. Never pull up with half a lap to go. That's never going to go well. Here we go. Oh, I think I misread the lap cards. Now it says 5 to go? Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a breath. Woo. All right, relax. Easy legs. That's the end. Really good work, guys. Let me know what you thought about that mashup, doing the cyclocross for the endurance and the track for the actual intervals. Let me know what you guys thought about that. We can do some more mashups in the future. It makes it a little bit more exciting, a little bit of change of pace, so you can get, you know, a mix of modalities. Really good work, guys. Stay healthy, get strong. Tune in or ask me questions about that isometric seminar. That's going to be coming up mid to late September, so maybe 2 weeks from now. I haven't quite scheduled it, but it's guaranteed to raise your peak power, and we have a host of other different benefits that are going to come with that. So tell your friends about it. Have them all tune in. Let me know. We're going to live stream it from our sports performance facility, so it should be a good experience. Ask me questions about that. Stick that in the comments. Send me a message, whatever you guys want. Love you guys. Have a good week. I will see you next Sunday.
Keep thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding you till we forget